Your Wrestling here on the Nerds of Rose channel. You join us a couple of weeks away from our next pay-per-view, Last Stand 2. So we have one match already announced, which is looking quite spicy. And rest assured, by the end of the night, you're going to see quite a lot more spice on that card. So yeah, tune in for that one. So let's introduce the roster as we always do for these shows. So on my left, as ever, is Kira playing Violet Storm. So the show last week ended on a very interesting note for both of us because we're booked against each other, and whoever loses. That's what you think. That's really cute. We'll be. It's really funny how you think you're gonna win. Oh, that's kind of funny, I have to say. But
do you not remember what I did last week?
I don't actually know. It was a long time ago. You'd have to remind me in agonizing detail.
Old man doesn't have enough memory now.
No, I don't, unfortunately. No. So that's how it goes. And the lads, you can head off if you want to, and we can just sort this out.
I'm just thinking.
See a domestic.
No, I'm just thinking. Jonathan really doesn't like his balls. Clearly.
Next time again, it's recording.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right, Jerry.
Dave has to keep reminding us.
Just saying. You know, it's all there in evidence to be used.
Didn't know you were into the fucking ball busting there, fucking John.
It's Grand Foxy. I've got them insured. It's no problem. So
that's a very specific fucking clause in that.
You always plan ahead. Always plan ahead. So on the right hand side then is Casey playing Alan Morph. Casey, not a good week last week, but hoping to bounce back this week with some tag team action.
Yeah, it's fucking shy, ain't it, lad? Just saying, you know.
Well, I like that losing the Cal player is like the worst thing that can happen in this RPG.
It is. I feel.
No. Wait. Yeah, actually, it is. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well done, Tony. You're literally everyone's bogey team. Congratulations.
Kind of miss Tony. He's gone on my list of enemies.
Just kidding.
That's what he says.
Yeah. But in terms of outside of the ring, though, Casey, it seems that your kind of like, I suppose I don't know what the collective noun for an intern is. Your interview of interns has been tormenting Mr. Rob Midas as of late. Care to comment on what's this all about?
They're doing their job. Like, look around, we're growing. You know, we need more interns, and I've had free reign to hire a few. So, and as you know, I branched out linguistically. You know, the Jamaican one, the French one.
Yeah. Scottish one. Yeah, there's a Scottish one there at some point, wasn't there? Yeah. So
that Scottish one is very fucking rude.
Was that the one that was looking to get your balls out, was it? The police because was wearing a kilt.
I remember that. That was interesting. That was.
I think that's the first time Jerry said something like as a retard and got smacked down.
It's really fucking not. It happens far too often in this fucking RPG, I tell you.
Yes.
Are you regretting joining?
Very much so. I used to be one take, Jerry. I used to be fucking get every fucking line right, and now, because of one little bollocks in the foot with a Scottish fucking flag at his back, he fucked me over. And then who else fucked me over? Jerry fucked me over. And who else fucked me over? James fucked me over. And then fucking Morris thinks he can fuck me over. And fucking Silver Foxing. So I might as well just fucking retire at this point.
What can we say except you're welcome?
I mean, if you want to leave now, Jerry, it's just...
Jerry, the next time I see you, I'm pushing you out in front of traffic.
Yeah, well, you're getting... well, next time I see you, you're getting a hug, so...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to give you COVID. Checkmate.
It'd be a bear hug, you know, probably be in the onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll hug your knees.
Is that the more wholesome Jerry Adams take? Is it? I'll hug your knees.
Oh my God.
So yes, so with all the shenanigans happening with interns, on a completely unrelated note, is Dave joining us, Colin Locke. You had quite a very good match last week, and a career milestone for the Scotsman as you claimed your first ever title. How does that feel?
Feels very good. No, last week's match was a cracker. Like right up to the very last roll, I had no clue what's happening. Was it not happening? Just fucking sweat patches on my armpits. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it was.
So no, it was good. It was really, really good. One of the best matches I've had. What?
It always seems that when Foxy and Dave are in the ring, they bring out the best in each other. So I wonder will we see more of that tonight. We shall see. So by some random confluence of situations, the center screen belongs to Jim Morris tonight. So Jim, you brought out a red arrow last week. How's the hip?
Nicked.
You put an ice pack on it?
I did put an ice pack on it, and I'm still fucked. So I will be limping to the ring tonight.
Good man.
So yeah, it's quite honestly, probably never do that again. But look,
one more time.
I'm not about taking more time. There won't be one more time. If he does that again, he would probably die in the middle of the ring. I don't think any of us need that in our conscience. I'm sure some people inside here will love it.
Mr. Morris, if you get a world title shot down the line, do it. Bust it out.
Pull a Brock Lesnar.
If I ever get a world title shot again, I will bust it out. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, you won't get another shot.
He hasn't had a shot, full stop. Honestly. So on the right hand side then is Silver Fox, again, who has been playing double duty as of late in terms of titles, but as we mentioned last week, the national title is no longer his. But no rest for the wicked, Foxy, because you were in the main event tonight defending the tag team titles. How does that make you feel?
A bit. I'm almost on the back step because I've seen what has happened to someone that's a double champion before, so I don't want that happening to me.
Fair point.
Waiting for the penny to drop. Sorry. But now like Conor Lockie earned it. Like it was, as I said, sudden death role, which is very rare to happen in the game anyway, in general.
Yeah.
So tonight I think Fox will be trying to prove a point that he's still there, like he can still hold on to that.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And last but certainly not least for tonight is our new executive producer of Future Wrestling, as we found out yesterday, Mr. Rob Midas, played by Jerry Soule. How's the first week in the new office? Have you been keeping busy? Have you been badgered by interns kicking your shins? How's been everything going on?
We've had a lot of interns coming in and out. They all seem to, kind of look alike, but I'm not.
It's a bit racist,
I'm not saying. Oh yeah.
He was trying to say that with a straight face, and
I was, yes. But it's been interesting. It's a nice, shiny new office, and I'm trying to get on with my fucking thing here. Would you stop interrupting? Yes, it's been nice. Lots of production meetings. Lots of the same intern. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things go now over the coming weeks, and who I fire and who I set fire to. So
I'm curious as to why that's an option, but I'm sure.
Fire and firing is always an option.
Isn't always an option, right? That's I for one welcome our new arsonist overlords, but however. So let's get on with the rest of the show then. So we have our opening titles as you often see, and we get welcome to ringside by Mike Dublin, who again welcomes us to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Future Wrestling here from ringside here in the Future Wrestling Arena. I'm Mike Dublin. Welcome you here to this weekly show here on the VCR network. And I'm happy to announce, as you may have heard already from some of the press releases, that Future Wrestling is continuing for another 2 months here on the VCR network. Yes, you heard that right. Last Stand 2 is no longer our season finale for this year. There's still more action to come this summer when it comes to Future Wrestling, but more on that later on in the show. Speaking of Last Stand, we have our first official match announced for that massive show coming up in a couple of weeks' time. And it was certainly a massive announcement in that sense from last week's show to essentially sign off what has been an insane broadcast in of itself, as we hear that Violet Storm, very much wrong from the main event of our previous live special, is going to be taking out her frustrations on Kyle Dekker, the current general manager of Future Wrestling, in what Rob Midas describes as a loser leaves town match. Yes, you've heard that right. Rob Midas, who, as we've heard ourselves, is part of a new restructuring of the corporate formation here at Future Wrestling and is now the executive producer of the show, essentially holding a position higher than the general manager himself. So it's intriguing to see how that's going to go throughout the show and indeed for over the next couple of weeks. We still have some incredible matches for you tonight, though, as the card for Last Stand starts taking shape. We still need a number one contender for the World Championship, and we're going to start off tonight with that World Champion as she's in action in singles competition. And indeed it is, the bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, this opening contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
Batman!
Yeah, close enough. Introducing first, weighing in at 231 pounds, hailing from the Rat Cave, he is the hero that we can afford, Ratman! Well, you may have heard a very excited fan just behind me there as we were starting off our commentary, but as you can see, Ratman does have a very much a cult following here in Future Wrestling. He's been given some fantastic opportunities over the last couple of months, and well earned, may I say, especially in the environment of a battle royal. But for Ratman here, this is perhaps a surprising opportunity for him, as he's about to go one-on-one with the current Future World Champion. And let's just say it's been a land of upsets as of late in Future Wrestling. Could we have another upset on the cards here? Let's sit down and find out. And indeed, the music then hits of his opponent. And his opponent, weighing in at 190 pounds from Tombstone, USA. She is the reigning Future World Champion, Casey Cole. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's fair to say that Casey Cole has won that World Championship in quite controversial circumstances, but there is no doubt about it. She is World Champion material. Even by the way she carries the way she carries herself to the ring here, she means all business. And for Ratman, he very much has to have his working boots on because Casey Cole looks like she really does mean business tonight. It's intriguing to see how this match is going to go. So indeed, obviously, Amy and I will join us tonight. So this match would be a player match if she was there, but we are going to essentially work away on what we normally do and decide who we want to win this match. So, Kira, we'll start off with you. Who do you think is going to win this match, Casey, Colt, or Ratman?
As much as I love Ratman, Casey.
Fair enough. Casey, how about yourself?
Batman.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. Dave, if you're there from the void, is he there from the void of time and space? Obviously, he's a grey figure.
No, that's his chair. It's kind of scary because it's moving in and out.
Yeah.
Like, it's either his chair or his radiator. I don't know which his fucking is.
That's
chair.
It's like a really weird version of catchphrase, isn't it?
Say what you see.
We have to unlock a square to see what the rest of the house is. So, Aaron, how about yourself? Casey Colt or Ratman?
Ratman. Not even a question. Ratman. Always Ratman.
Hey. Foxy, how about yourself?
As much as I want.
Do it.
I can fucking I can see the Booker's face just like, don't you fucking dare.
I'm giving you the Cabre stare.
Nah, you can't do the Cabre stare. And it's not effective anyway.
That's true. I don't have a hat with me, so that's fair enough.
Yeah. I'm Casey Cold.
Okay, right. So it's 2 apiece. Jerry?
Man, I'm gonna go for Ratman. No, I'm not going for Ratman.
Dead Ratman. You have to take it first.
Casey Cold. Casey Cold.
Lock that in.
I'm the executive producer. I do what I fucking want. Casey Cold.
Right. Well, I am going to go for Casey Cold on this one as well. So, Aaron and Casey, you are rolling for Ratman here. So, set the pace.
Ooh. Critical.
Ooh, okay. That's interesting. 12 and 9, which makes 21. Okay. So, it's now us down to us 4 to beat that 21. So, let's
Snake
do it.
eyes. Snake eyes. God damn it.
11.
Not today, guys. 11.
11, 20. Yeah, we've already beaten it. So, yes, Ratman will get good innings, but unfortunately, it's going to be Casey that's going to win. So, it's going to be a bit of a. I suppose to give Ratman some
No,
looks here.
Foxy, don't shake your head. You knew who you voted for.
I know.
Only you can prevent Casey Cold winning matches.
Forget that. I know the creative, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
I know the creative.
I read the script.
Also, Amy would kill you.
Yes.
To be fair, she doesn't know when this is coming out, so she'll kill you in the tournament at the time if she even watches this.
So just to reiterate, people who voted for Ratman are going to be killed. Is that correct?
I did actually. I did see that
Oh,
on
I'm
Discord,
sorry,
sorry.
Jerry. Do you know which one of me you're gonna kill?
That's a good point.
It's not me that's going to kill you. It's fucking Casey Colt. So
Oh, you know which one?
Forgot the name there of your one.
now I was like, do I say Casey or do I say Amy? Fuck.
Imagine if it did happen though.
If what
like
did happen?
Ratman, like got voted
Oh,
away.
Ratman beat Casey. Well, we'd have to, Ratman would have to get a world title match then.
Yeah.
He would have to get a world title match.
He
Amy
will be
would
pointing
leave
at the
work.
sign.
Oh,
Yeah.
Amy would psychically know and leave work and kill you all.
so in any case,
Hilarious if it's on
it-
video.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. But yeah, so it's a bit of a comedy match in a sense where Ratman is trying to basically like kind of psych like Casey out in terms of like, you know, doing this whole kind of like rat like man props, the sprays, the rat hook and rat meringue and all this sort of stuff. And Casey's not really kind of like buying it. So she's very much kind of no selling it. And Ratman's trying to like kind of like pop the crowd with his own kind of shenanigans. So it's very much a case of where Ratman does kind of fire up a little bit, gets a few moves in, thinks he's got Casey beat, and then it's a simple lock into the crossface chicken wing and a very quick tap out from there. So it's not a very big match in any sense. It's very quick and painless, and we leave it from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission, Casey Cold. Well, as you can see, Ratman did try his best to, I suppose you can call it psychology if you want to call it anything else. But either way, Casey Cold is very much showing his supremacy over the rest of the roster there with a win over one of the fan favorites here at Future Wrestling. And again, let there be no denying that this competitor is one of the fiercest on the roster, and she does hold that world championship very legitimately in that sense. It should make you wonder who is going to face her at Last Stand 2 for that world championship. And we fade the black on that. So, we cut the commercial, and when we come back, then we see a shot of Mr. Rob Midas appearing into the arena. He has a what kind of coffee does Rob Midas have? Is he more of a latte? Is he an Americano? What's he kind of like, Jerry, in terms of his flavors?
Black coffee.
Black coffee, right? So he's carrying a nice black coffee into and he's kind of like nodding away to some production staff as we see a new office with Rob Midas, executive producer, on the door. So so talk us through, Jerry. What does the office look like? Is it decorated to your style? Is it freshly minted?
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's nicely furnished. You know, you've got a nice leather couch over there. You've got a nice big desk, nice big mahogany desk, not just a shitty little wooden desk. Nice mahogany desk. It's got a nice big high back chair. It's got a little laptop on it. Just, you know, some nice little furnishings. You know, it's got a couple of pictures with me, and there's a picture of me and Donald Trump, a picture of me and Putin. You know, all up on the back there. You know, so it's looking well. You know, it's looking well. But holy shit,
they're multiplying. What the fuck?
I don't know.
I can only
whether to-
handle one Jim Morris. Let's fucking do now. What? What
My
the fuck
internet
happened
went.
there?
My internet dropped, so I thought I obviously left it properly, but I didn't. And when I came back on, there's two Jim Morrises.
Dave,
Aaron,
fucking
double
you
trouble.
say
You pull
screen
that-
that.
Twin
Screenshot
magic.
that, Dave.
Pull that
Screenshot
exact same
that, Dave.
face. Pull that exact same face. We can screen cap it. Don't fall off your chair again.
So yeah,
Morris
so
and then the scrotum Morris.
the office is nicely furnished, nice desk, a nice couch, a big TV, so I can watch part of the show. It's nice. Nicer than Dekker's, anyway.
Okay, interesting. I like that you had to get that job in just at the end there.
Always.
Always.
Oh,
So-
yes.
So in that case, then, so you're about to sit down on your desk, and you do get a knock on the door.
Come in.
Mr. Midas.
Jim, what can I do for you?
Sorry, the timing of Dave coming in just as the right time there was perfect. He just walked right.
And now play the role of Jimmy Morris is Dave Armstrong. How's your Aaron impression?
Not too good, I'm very sad to say.
Oh, well, you need to practice.
I do.
You didn't.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
Jim, what can I do for you?
Mr. Midas, I know you love me. I know I'm your favorite person on the roster at the moment, for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, I'm in a little bit of a snag, as I've got a little bit of another contract. While also being contracted to this company, I'm with the Rose family, and I'm just wondering if you could kind of just cut that up and just get rid of it, and that would be great.
You want me to cut up your contract with the Rose family?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Oh yeah, I You want me to do
Dekker was always better. I always knew he was.
Listen, Dekker's gonna have some traits that people like, and I'm gonna have some traits that people fucking hate. But at the end of the day, you have a contract with Future Wrestling, and that's the one that I will be ripping up or keeping together. But your contract with the Rose family, you think I have any power over that? No,
You're
you
the
see-
boss.
No,
aren't
I may be the boss here, but I also have a very healthy working relationship with Mr. Fred Rose. And if you think for 1 second that I'm going to go against him
No, you
with
don't.
regards to
No one
you,
has a working relationship with Federals. That's a lie.
you can say that. You see?
Did I just hear what I thought I heard, Mr. Jim E. Morris? Did I
Yeah,
just
you
hear
did.
that
Yeah, you
nobody
did.
makes a
I tell you
working
something,
relationship
the
with Fred
smell
Rose?
that came inside here when he walked in. Jesus. Go ahead.
Jimmy Morris, I suggest if you do not want to be 60,000 short in your account, that you get the hell out of my sight before you are back on the streets where I found you.
I think that means fuck off now, Jim.
That's great. I'm about to go out and have an absolute lodge podge of a match right now. All right, so toodaloo.
Yeah.
I am contractually obliged to follow him. I'm not happy about it, Mr. Midas.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure we can do something about Morris very soon.
I'm glad to hear it. Pleasure doing business as always, Mr. Midas.
Oh, as always, Mr. Rose.
And scene.
And there we go.
So lovely stuff, lads. So so lads, give us your roles on that one. So Rob, I'm giving you an extra point for the wonderful laughter. JK Simmons will be proud of that one. There you go. That's your audience. And Aaron, you'll be getting a +2 on that one as well. So you get some momentum for that. And the audience for Rob Midas. Lovely stuff. So indeed, we roll straight into the next match from there. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for one fall.
One ball.
Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 179 pounds from New Orleans, USA, a member of the Mile High Club, Davina Lavo. So, folks, as you can see, Rob Midas is very much getting settled into his new role here at Future Wrestling as executive producer, and already has many people calling for him at his office door. And Jimmy Morris rather caught red-handed, if you will, by I suppose his benefactor, if you want to call it that. But Davina Vogt hopefully will be taking advantage of this situation as she faces Jimmy Morris next in singles competition. This complicated and strained relationship that's happening now within the Rose family perhaps might give Davina a very well-earned victory here in Future Wrestling. And we will see about that. And her opponent, weighing in at 227 pounds from County Cork, Ireland, representing the Rose family and accompanied to the ring by Pastor Fred Rose, Jim E. Morris. So, Jim Morris, you currently Fred Rose is stalking you as you're walking out, but talk us through your entrance. What's going on here?
I'm going to start walking down behind my back, like, and but as I'm walking down, I can hear some cheers. They're starting to get a little bit louder, so I just start doing the whole Hulk Hogan thing, and I finally get to the ring, and yeah.
Nice one. I like it. There you go. And again, to some long-time viewers of Future Wrestling, it might be quite unusual to hear cheers for Mr. Jimmy Morris here, but it just goes to show you the sympathy, I suppose, the fans have for him being in this situation, ensnared by the Rose family and this contractual obligation. And at least we forget, as we heard a couple of weeks ago, Fred Rose is holding this bounty that he won for the Rose games above Jim Morris's head, and I suppose perhaps the reason why he's still in the Rose family, but it's also perhaps a good reason to stay in it, if you will. So it should be interesting to see how this match goes, especially with that devious Fred Rose at ringside. So this is indeed our first match of the night, player-wise. So this will give me 9 spots altogether. So I will roll for Davina. Aaron, you will roll for yourself. Let's get the show on the road. Ooh, strong to start. Beats my 7. So, Jimmy Morris, how are you going to start this match?
Going to just put my hand out for a bit of a handshake and shake her hand. She'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Interesting.
That was worth of his reaction alone.
That face. If you're missing your cue.
Sorry, I got it. So
we'll back off then, I suppose, then go into a lockup, and then I'll get her in a.
Chinlock.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that'll be a work roll then, Jim Morris, in that case. So +1. And successful. So not only do you get the sportsmanship, but you also get the control of the match as well. So when you do shake Davina's hand, you're hearing just like remonstrations from ringside from Fred Rose saying, "No, it's not. Why you do it?" And he's just criticizing you every step of the way in that sense. Especially from this point on, where he is like going like, "No sportsmanship, win the fucking match" type of deal. But yes, he's not happy about that at all. So yeah, you do get a momentum for that. We move on to our next spot. 4, Davina rolls an 8. So yeah, you have her in the headlock there. So she's gonna kind of step out of it in a sense, or she's gonna like kind of stand up from it. And so she's gonna do the kind of thing where she's gonna push you by the ropes. So you're going to push her down, or push her across the ring. She's gonna bounce off the ropes, duck a line, and then she's gonna hopefully reply with a drop kick, which to her is a +2 look roll. And that's a critical drop kick in that sense. So it's properly on the mush, and it'll tumble Jim Morris out of the ring. Convenient enough towards Fred Rose. So might give you an idea for a spot from that. So nicely done from Davina. So let's go for our next spot. See what happens next. 6. I also roll 6. We go again, Aaron. 5, 7. So what I want here is basically to I want so Fred Rose is again kind of giving out to you at ringside, basically saying like that's why you don't show support. That is why you don't show mercy. All that sort of stuff. And that's essentially what is going to keep happening. So you're developing an argument with Fred Rose at ringside, and this is going to give Davina another chance to do a look move, which is going to be a suicide dive. This time +2 roll. Oh boy, it's a day for the NPCs. So what I want to happen here is essentially, again, so it's like Morris and Rose are kind of face to face here. I want Davina to basically hit Morris instead of Rose, and that's how the kind of the feud, if you like, the annoyance is going to build up. So 2 critical hits there for Davina Laveau. Sweet Jesus. So yeah, next roll. Let's see what happens next. 9 beats my 7. So Jim, you can take control from here.
So I will go outside and start arguing with Fred Rose. And then as we're kind of getting into it, I notice on the corner of my eye that Davina goes for a springboard, jumps out of the ring basically. Doesn't really matter what it is. And I notice it and I pull Fred Rose in and I dive out of the way and he gets a flush.
Ooh, okay, I like that. I'm going to treat that as a luck roll. -1. Let's see if that works. Ooh, just narrowly missed out. That's lucky. So I'm actually going to jockey back on what you said there. So she's going to go for a plancha out of the ring. So the hope here is to catch both of you. That's the idea. So you look like you're going to try and like drag Fred Rose into it, but he's fat, so it's not going to be as successful as you think. So let's see if this works. Another look roll for Davina, and he does. So she hits both of you this time. So again, big crowd, big pop from the crowd. Everyone's loving it, because you very much love to see Fred Rose in misery. So let's go for our next spot from there, lads. So Aaron, give us your next roll. That's more like it. That's a 12. Beats my 5. So, Jimmy Morris, you have a choice of a free audience, double spot, or double momentum. What would you like?
Double momentum.
Double momentum, right. What would you like to do here? So you've taken a drop kick to the face, critical. You've taken a suicide dive, critical. And a plancha that has failed both you and Fred Rose. So what would you like to do next?
I want to start just screaming at the side where I'm like catching my jaw, like, you fat fuck, you couldn't get out of the way, could you? Just screaming upset at these. Eventually I get up and I get into the ring because it was near a 10 count because the two of us were down for ages. She rolls in. As she's rolling in, I just get her by the waist, pick her up, and hit her with a gut wrench powerbomb.
Gut wrench powerbomb, okay. And that will be a power roll, which is a straight roll on that. And yeah, just about. So you do get the double momentum out of it. Good thing too, I suppose. So yeah, lovely stuff. Momentum is yours. And move on to our next spot from there. That's a 9. I would rather not talk about Davina's roll. So, so Jim, this is your roll almost certainly. So, what would you like to do here?
I will pick her back up, throw her into the corner, with force, let her bounce back up, and I hit her then with a belly to belly.
Belly to belly. Okay, so all of that I'm going to count as a power roll because you wanted to go for the hard whip into the corner as well. So straight roll on that. And unlucky. So I'm gonna allow you for the hard whip into the corner anyway. So she'll be in the corner, and when you're gonna go for the belly to belly, I want her to block it. And what I'd like her to do then is to go for a elbow into the mush, basically. Actually, no, not true. I'm gonna get her go for a headbutt instead. So that's what she's gonna go for, which is a real roll, straight roll for Davina. And she also doesn't get it. So you're gonna basically block the headbutt, and it's a bit of a standoff from there. So no one gets momentum from that spot, and we move on to the next one. So, Jim, let's see what happens next. 7. Davina rolls a 9. So again, you block the headbutt then from Davina's at that point. So Fred Rose is kind of starting to come out at ringside. Not necessarily going to distract you just yet, in a sense, but Davina is going to perhaps use a little bit of that kind of distraction to her advantage, and you're going to look at Fred Rose at ringside, and then when you look back at Davina, she is going to give you that elbow into the mush that I mentioned. So that'll be a real roll for Davina. Let's see if it works. It does not. So she's going to go for the elbow, and you're going to block. So what would you like to do here, Jim?
I'll duck it.
Mm-hmm.
And what way is she going for the elbow? Is she
She's
like
going to go for just like
that?
full, yeah, more like a kind of front way, like a bull hammer.
Oh well, yeah. Leave her going for that. But as I duck, she kind of spins a bit, and I then hit her with a T-bone suplex.
Love your
apparently
word.
I know any other type of move apparently tonight other than suplexes.
Hey, whatever works, man.
So what way she's actually going? Like just
So she's going like that apparently, but I'm going to do it so that she misses and she kind of spins.
Over rotates,
with
yeah.
it.
what you could
The
do.
momentum goes with her.
So here's what you could do. As she's swinging, so basically as she swings it, you duck and you can hook her and give her a fucking like dragon suplex. That way you're using her momentum, you're catching her and then bringing it over.
Yeah.
Suplex.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. That's
All right.
better.
See, this is why we have Foxy on, because he actually has good spots in mind. He's really good at this sort of stuff. Like, he is. People should listen to him. Now, Fox is available for seminars at a very reasonable cost of a bottle of Fentimans Cola and a link to his podcast.
I'm not that cheap. Take 2 fucking bottles to get me.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. He has a stock
Take from that what you will, Jerry.
Take 2 bottles into the shower. No. So yeah, that'll be a work roll, Jimmy Morris.
No.
An alcoholics joke. Fuck's sake. Get your mind out of the gutter. That is a very snug dragon suplex. Lovely stuff. So yeah, we have 2 spots left then. Let's see what happens next. I don't think we've ever had this before. You had a critical, I had a snake eyes. That's impressive. So
For a second there, I thought you got a critical. I was like, oh shit.
Oh,
Jonathan, many times.
you many to yeah.
What? How much momentum do I have?
You currently have 6. So again, so you have the choices available. You have double spot, free audience, or momentum. What would you like?
Momentum, that shit.
Oh yeah, momentum. Yeah.
If you want to win,
Yeah.
momentum.
Yeah, I said it. Jesus.
Just making sure that you don't say the wrong thing.
I'll always look. I don't even know what the other 2 were. I forget them straight away. All I know is double momentum.
Fantastic,
After our
right.
first title match, it will always be double momentum.
Right. So in that case, then, Jim, what would you like? What would you do for your spot here?
So I've kind of went down suplex and I'll pick her back up again and just to add insult to injury, I'm going to hit her with another suplex right into the turnbuckles. Head hitting right in the bottom one from a German suplex.
Ooh, okay, right. I'm going to treat that as a work roll. +1.
Oh.
And yeah, you hit it successfully. So that is double momentum for Jimmy Morris. A lot of criticals in this match, actually, I've noticed. There's 4 criticals in this. I've never had a small match like this so packed. So we have 1 spot before the finish. Let's see what happens next. 5. Davina also rolls 5. We go again.
Oh, God, fucking worst. 3.
3, 10. Okay, so you've obviously hit her into the corner, and she basically hit the turnbuckle. So I want you to drag her out, go for a pin. She'll quickly kick out, and basically when you're feeding her back up, then she's going to go for a jawbreaker. From that, so that's a real roll for her. So we'll see if that's successful. And Jesus Christ, it is 2 and all. It's a 10. Very successful. So jawbreaker to Jimmy Morris, and we roll into the finish from that. So again, there was a lot of criticals in that match. So Davina obviously is going to go from the jawbreaker. So you're going to be selling that jaw for a little bit, and basically the way you're selling, you kind of turn around to Fred Rose. You see these back up and working and just like barking orders at you. that distracts you a little bit, and basically Davina kind of stacks you up and gets you into the Capri Sun core. And cheekily enough, Fred Rose is going to throw in the towel on your behalf. So that's what the finish I want to go for. So he's going to cost you your match, and essentially was saying, no, he can't survive that. Throw in the towel, and the referee goes, well, ring the bell, I guess. Very kind of acrimonious circumstances. But Jimmy Morris, how would you like to respond after the jawbreaker into your finish? What would you like to do?
I'm going to incorporate Fred Rose into this as well. I want him to throw Steve into the ring, and I want him to go use it, cheat to win, as he's distracting the ref. But I'm tempting it. I'm just like, will I? And what I do then instead is I throw it out. No, I throw it to the ref. I let him deal with it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be a cheating bastard though, because I am going to poke her in the eyes and I'm going to hit her with a. I want to be a cheeky bastard here. But no. Yeah, no, I'll poke her in the eyes, and what I'll do is I'll go for the lariat. Then again, I'll bounce off the ropes and hit the lariat while she's kind of disorientated, and then go for the pin.
Okay, I like that. So again, because you had a lot of criticals, so because NPCs don't have an audience meter, I convert that into double momentum for a critical. So Davina Laveau has 7 momentum, while Jimmy Morris has 8. So there's one in the difference.
High fucking roll.
That's So let's see. So I'm spending my 7. Jim, are you spending your 8?
Yes.
All right then. So +7 roll for Davina Laveau. I'll set the pace.
This fucking backfire on me.
Funny you should say that.
Oh shit! I went ahead of you there. Yeah.
So you roll 10. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's a +8. That's an 18. Davina rolled 11 plus the 7. We go to sudden death again. So
2 weeks in a row.
So
You go
roll.
first.
This is sudden death. 7, 8.
Fucking hell.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. So that's the finish I want to go for. So he'll hit the jawbreaker. You will basically turn around and you see Fred Rose, who's constantly just barking orders at you, just giving out to no end. And you're basically going to start complaining back to him, completely forgetting that Davina Laveau is in the ring. So she's going to turn you back, kind of roll you, basically look like he's going for a schoolboy. What she's actually doing is she's kind of stacking you up, get you on the ground, and she's get you into the straight jacket chokehold, which is she calls the Capri Sun core. So you're in the middle of the ring. It doesn't look like you're tapping out in the sense. You look like you're going to come to me and it's just saying no, whatever it is. But you're in there for quite some time. She's arching back, and we just see a towel thrown into the ring, and it's from Fred Rose saying, no, he can't do it. Stop the match. And as a manager, he's entitled to do that. So the referee goes, ring the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by knockout, Davina Laveau. That is like I said, it's a huge win for Davina Laveau, but very much the assist is going to it's going to have to go to Fred Rose on that one. As exciting that match was, Jimmy Morris didn't look to be in a position to be tapping out, but as you can see there, Fred Rose obviously presumed or sensed danger, whatever way you want to call it. If you want to be perhaps facetious about it, but we know the whole story is that relationship is strained, and Fred Rose has very much taken this animosity to the next level with what he just done there. So so Davina's going to take the win, and she's going to leave with Jimmy Morris in the ring. So Aaron, let's cut to you then in terms of the afters. What's happening here between you and Fred Rose?
I'm going to just be fucking giving them just a load of shit. I could have gotten out of that, what did you do? All that jazz. And then as he's in the ring with me, I'm just going to just stand back 1 foot and just poke him right in the balls. Just fucking square nut shot.
I think what'll happen here is you just hear you hear a noise, think. A proper Hans Moleman sound effect. Like, So yeah, that happens. The crowd pops, and Jimmy Morris like walks out triumphant, knowing that he got the moral victory.
But I'm also going as well to, as I'm walking out, shake her hand like good match.
Fair fight.
Mainly down to the fact that my match objective won't count
And-
unless I do that.
And you're welcome. Yes. So you get your audience from that then. So nicely done. So yeah, lovely stuff on that then. And Jimmy Morris, I guess, well, he didn't win the match, but he won the moral victory. And in the end, don't we all just want to kick Fred Rose in the balls? I mean, Dave, you might want to. I feel like that headline got lost in translation somehow.
I just walking around the place going, like that to a set of balls or what? Like,
and the balls in the cradle with the silver spoon. No. We cut the commercial after that, and when we come back, then we are going to be welcomed back by John Newsreader Voice for the VCR Network. Good evening and welcome back to Future Wrestling here live on the VCR Network. I'm John Newsreader Voice. I'm currently being joined backstage by the new Future Wrestling National Champion in Conor Locke. Conor Locke, welcome to Future Wrestling again. This is your first night as a champion. How does it feel?
Feels good. You know, I've come into season 2 and tried my hardest to get to the top of the ladder. You know, first person to stop me was Violet Storm. I got this opportunity and I wasn't going to take it sitting down. So, you know, all credit to Silver Fox. He gave me a fight. He gave it absolutely everything. It's probably one of the best matches I've ever had. You know, so between the two of us, we've had some cracking matches, but, you know, it's just amazing to finally have a title.
Indeed, a lot of people have been saying that championship has been a long time coming. But can you be satisfied in knowing that you can carry this championship with the pride that is expected of the national championship defended every week on the VCR network?
If it were possible, you know, I would defend it twice a week, 3 times a week, but I can't. So once a week I'll have to do, and I'm up to that challenge. That's the whole nature of the beast. This title every week, every single week, new opponent, same opponent, doesn't matter. I have to defend it. The pay-per-views, you know, I've got to get what's coming to me every single week. So I'm interested to find out who's going to come through that curtain tonight.
Indeed, of course, you do not know your opponent for your match very soon after this interview. But one question I must ask you.
Hold on a minute there, John. They don't know their opponent either. So I'll give you that little bit of insight. Let's just leave it at that and crack on. What were you going to say?
That's a very unusual point, Conor Locke, but I was about to send on the compliments of the roster and saying that you've turned over a new leaf in terms of your attitude and your way of carrying yourself. Do you think that has helped make you a champion here in Future Wrestling?
I think so. You know, I was a bit brazen at the start. Did some things I'm not very proud of. You know, had some moments that people don't really understand, that I don't understand. I don't remember Last Stand. You know, my only problem and my only issue is that, you know, I'm blacking out a lot. I'm not remembering certain things. So I don't know whether I need an MRI or a scan or whatever, but, you know, there's parts of shows I can't remember. There's parts of pay-per-views I can't remember. So I just hope I can hold on to this title for as long as I can. I don't have to give it up.
Well, that is slightly concerning, and I'm sure our medical team will want to. Oh, actually, that is, I believe, Silver Fox, the former champion. I shall allow the floor to the former world champion.
Foxy.
Connor. First of all, again, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
You definitely earned it. You've definitely proved that you are on a higher level than you were last time we met. Now, that being said, though, I need to know if I'm still at that level. So therefore, I am formally challenging you at Last Stand 2 for a rematch for that title.
I'll tell you what, Foxy, I'll make you a deal. If it goes down well with, you know, Dekker or that ginger boy who says he's executive producer?
I think so.
I think he's just walking around. I think he's got problems, mate. I genuinely think he's walking around thinking he's got power.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
I don't want to know. I genuinely don't want to know.
You're right. You don't want to know.
You know, he's
I don't
renting.
think they want to know either.
He's renting cars, driving in, saying he's a big shot. It's all a bit tacky, isn't it?
Oh, man.
I mean, John Newsreader voice has a better woman than him.
Have you seen his office? Holy crap!
John's or
Like both.
we ginger gadget.
Both.
My office is just in the cloakroom, just to clarify.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
That's what he calls an office.
compact. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Foxy, if it all goes down well and I manage to hold on to this title tonight, I don't think we've ever had a bad match. So I think it's a no-brainer. You want to see if you're still at that level? I'll do what I can to take you there.
Well, to be fair, anytime we've had a match, we tend to pull out the best in each other. And I mean, like, that was proven last week. But I want to see if we can do it again, but maybe with a different result. Because I want to go back.
I'll tell you what, Foxy. I'll give you a rematch, but it's going to be under our terms. Deal?
What do you mean by our?
Let's just give this match a little bit of mystery. Keep it as it is. Give you something to look forward to. Up to you.
If that's the way you want to have it, fine. Your terms. You name it.
I'll let you know. Think about it a wee bit.
Yeah. Good luck anyway tonight.
You too, Foxy. I'll see you later. John, get a bigger office, mate.
I tried green screening, but I can't seem to get the apex into work.
Put a John. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, mate. All right, see if I can do a whip round. Maybe
Thank
get
you
you
very
like
much.
a table or one of those mobile phones with the big buttons, you know, for old people.
That would be
Maybe
great, but I'm 37.
Getting on a bit, you know. It's got the big buttons. You can get Facebook on it. I don't know whether that's something you're interested in, or whether you know what social media is. You know, or I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure Alan Morph will teach you what social media is. You're fucking off the thing. I'll see you later. All the best, mate.
Love it so. so with that then, so I'm giving you a +2 on both of those promos, lads. So give us your rolls there. We'll see what you get out of it.
Why is my camera gone?
I don't know. It actually does look like you're just kind of like staring the hole at it.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, I did turn to the left to acknowledge Foxy, but
yeah,
what in the fudge? Hold on a second.
You're doing your fighter stance is like, while Olympics is plays in the background.
Hold on.
Dice roll. Fucking thing.
Oh, what's the best? The wife hacked the camera.
That's a momentum. That's momentum for Silver Fox.
What did I tell you about using it for your OnlyFans?
Oh, God.
Sorry, lads, I get half the profits. Marriage.
Okay.
Hey, Laura.
Where do you think the money for his birthday presents comes from?
Woo!
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Just a reminder everyone that it's all being recorded.
This is why I don't get laid very often.
Dave, any chance of a free 7-day trial?
Are you doing 7-day trials last week? Were you doing 7-day trials or is that last week? On for your OnlyFans?
Oh, it's just last week.
Sorry, Jerry.
No, fuck that.
Sorry,
I'm not spending €15 to see your Todger. Fuck that.
It's big.
And it sounds like KP.
That's called Zoom.
It's all about the lighting, lads. It's all about the lighting.
Anyway, thank God
Yes.
that promo was over and done with because my camera's not fucking working. It survived long enough.
That's terrible. So Dave, how about you call out what role did you get there?
Well,
No, hold on. Genuinely, I don't want the role without a fucking camera.
That's a fair point.
Not really fair. So hold on. Could be the
Future
USB
Wrestling
port.
will be back after these short messages. If you're looking to get that summer body that everyone's gonna like, try the new Bobbin diet. Hey, we did it, folks. We got there.
My wife's
You'll never
vagina
know how you
did
get
not
the
break the
summer body.
camera. Haha.
That's because we need to mention OnlyFans in his house. Apparently, everything just breaks.
You're not wrong. All right, let's see. Dice roller. Tell you, somebody went through my phone. The fucking pictures of you lot, I swear.
Thought you were about to say you're missing the OnlyFans.
Be fair, he photoshops that as well. So
I got an 8.
you got an 8. That's fantastic. That gives you momentum for your match as well. So lovely stuff. So we cut to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for one fall.
One ball.
And it is for the Future Wrestling National Championship. Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 202 pounds from Inverness, Scotland, he is the reigning Future Wrestling National Champion, Connor Locke.
So through the curtain, first show as champion, so can't help but smile. Lift the belt over with my left hand, just kind of taking it all in. Walk down the ramp, up the steps, up onto the second turnbuckle, lift the belt up, and then hop in, take the t-shirt off, lay the belt, well, give the belt to the referee, and then await my mystery opponent.
Indeed. And again, the commentator's going well. We mentioned earlier on today about how Casey Cole really has carried that championship well. And you have to say the same with Conor Locke. It's been a long time coming. He's been a student of the game for many, many years here. And it was indeed the first face we saw on Future Wrestling back in season 1. It only seems right now that progression has continued as he has now claimed his first world championship, his first championship belt in professional wrestling. And now he has to defend it tonight against a mystery opponent. Let's just see, can he hold up to that promise he made backstage with Silver Fox? Can he get to last stand and give Silver Fox a rematch he supposedly deserves? And his opponent, weighing in at 204 pounds from Brixton, London, he is a member of the Young Bloods, Joshua Delaney. Well, there you have it, folks. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to the Young Bloods, and the Silver Fox has lost the championship. Joshua Delaney is seeking an opportunity here against Conor Locke. And again, very small word in this sense, because it was Conor Locke leaving the Young Bloods that gave Delaney this chance on Future Wrestling to begin with. Very much coming full circle here. And let's not forget as well, Conor Locke has not been able to beat Joshua Delaney in the last few matches that they have had. So this could be a bogey for Conor Locke, or it could be an opportunity to prove how much he has changed since the last time these two have met. So indeed, Delaney comes into the ring, we get our title ceremony, and we get cracking into the match. So, Dave, this is the title match. So I'll roll for Delaney. This is a 10-spot match. Let's get this show on the road. 11-8. So, Dave, you start off.
So, I've lost to Delaney before, so there's no getting around it. He has one over on me, so I'm determined to kind of get it off, for fuck's sake.
It was Wilton there for a while, but talk us through your spot there if you're
yes.
fix on that.
So basically, I put my hand out to shake his hand. He's got one over on me, so you know, respect being what it is. And as he goes to shake my hand, I basically pull it in and give him a lariat straight off the bat.
Lariat straight off the bat. Yeah, I'm going to treat that as a power roll. So straight roll for that, Dave.
I rolled an 8.
Rolled an 8, so you get the momentum out of it. And we move on to the next spot from there. So, yeah. There you go.
The
so,
8. There you go.
So that was it for that spot. So yeah, that's successful. So we move on to our next spot from there.
Cool.
7. Delaney rolls 8.
Ooh.
So yeah, you've hit him with the lariat. So you're gonna feed him back up again, and you're probably gonna go for. I suspect you would probably go for something similar, maybe for a suplex or something, and he's going to basically. He's gonna roll. Actually, he's gonna you're gonna go for suplex. He's gonna block it with his leg, and he's gonna go for a schoolboy from there. Sorry, not schoolboy, small package. Sorry.
Sure.
So it'll be a work roll for Delaney +1, and it is just about a 7. So he's gone for that. So any roll will do here, Dave, to kick out of this. Oh, very much so. So 1. So kick out just at 1. Very simple kick out. But Delaney just giving you the heads up that he does have a few tricks up his sleeve. So bear in mind on that. So yeah, next roll. Let's see what happens next.
9.
9. And less said about that, roll the better. So Dave, this spot is yours. You've been small packaged.
So I roll up from the small package, just give him a bit of a cheeky grin, you know.
Yeah.
Like I quite appreciated the whole, you know, the small package being trying to get in there early. But I kind of just shake my finger at him, you know. And as I do that, he's just fed up onto his knees, so I'm gonna go for a running knee.
Running knee, okay.
Yep.
That'll treat as a real roll, Conor -1.
Oh, just about.
Just about.
Just
indeed.
about.
Yeah, just about. You get the momentum, so running knee successful, and move on to our next spot.
Cool. 9.
Beats my 8.
Oh,
So-
just about.
Yes. So you have the next spot.
So after I give him the running knee to the head, I'm going to feed up onto the top rope and go for an elbow.
Elbow, right. That's a look roll, -1. 9, is that?
Yep.
Yeah, nice one. So you hit the diving elbow as well. So Conor really earned the momentum here tonight. So lovely stuff. Let's get to our next roll.
3.
3. Delaney rolls 9. So what I'd like you to do here is, so you're going for the elbow, you're kind of feeding off the crowd here. So you're gonna say, okay, do you know what? I got this, right? I'm gonna go for the Highland spike. So you're gonna essentially look, you're gonna go for it. You're gonna get him in the pile driver position.
Yep.
But again, he's gonna block it, and he's actually gonna try and power out and give you an Alabama slammer. So that'll be a power roll for Delaney, a -1. Let's see if it works. And shockingly enough, it doesn't. The -1 goes against him. So he is got you in Alabama slam position.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go from there, Dave?
So I take it I'm up on his shoulders.
Yes. You're up on his shoulders, and you're kind of like facing your kind of head towards the mat there.
Yeah, so he's just kind of flipping me over, isn't he?
That's exactly it, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is he's going to go for the Alabama slam.
Yeah.
But as I feed back, my legs wrap around and I flip him into a power bomb.
Like a kind of a code red kind of thing, is it?
Yeah. So basically he's lifted me over to do that.
Yes.
I just lock in and flip him straight on his head.
I like that. Yeah, look, roll again for that, Conor. Look, -1. Ooh, nice. You hit the code red on Delaney. Lovely stuff. Nicely done. So yeah, this is the next roll. We're at the halfway mark of the match. So let's see what happens next. 5, and Delaney rolls 8. So again, it's the kind of thing, you hit the code red on him, so he's kind of trying to recover from there. So you're going to be lining up something again, and he is essentially going to try, and you're going to feed him up, basically run him down the ropes. So you're kind of going for some sort of like run and move, maybe like kind of like your kind of a lariat or a DDT of some kind. He's going to duck it, and he's basically going to hit a float over DDT on the way back. So I'll treat it as a work roll for Delaney +1, and it is successful. So
Nice.
Get a bit of momentum for Delaney here. So hits the DDT, and we move on to our next spot from there. 9, better than my 7. So the spot is yours then. So you're just taking the DDT. What happens next?
So what will happen next is I've just taken the DDT. So I'm going to feed up from that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to feed up after the DDT, kind of as if I'm kind of dragging myself up off his waist.
Sure.
But then I snap into a fisherman suplex and go for the pin.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that'd be a work roll +1. and 9 altogether. So that's the go for the pin as well. So any roll will do here really for Joshua Delaney. And it's actually a properly good one as well. It's a kick out of 1. So Delaney does kick out at that. So no quarter given in this match so far. So very well poised in that sense. So let's move on to our next spot.
7.
7. Delaney rolls 8.
Oh.
So again, he's going to return the favor here a little bit. So you've hit him with a fisherman suplex. He kicks out a 1. So I actually would like him to kind of like use his momentum a little bit and keep you in like a kind of a lock yourself. So he's kind of powered out of the pin maneuver. So what I'd like you to grab your leg basically, and grab you like, no, I'm actually going to get him to grab your arm instead. So he kicks out. He's got kind of wrist control. He feeds you up, and essentially he's going to kind of slingshot you into a German suplex. So he basically like that, trains into German like that. So that's a work roll for Delaney. So let's see if that works. It actually does, just about. So he gets the momentum out of it, and slingshot German suplex successful. So let's see what happens in the next roll. That's a very nice roll, better than mine. So, how do you respond from the German suplex?
German. I think what I'll do is he's giving me a German. After the German, I'm just gonna kip up.
Okay.
Just kind of feeling a bit of adrenaline. I'm gonna kip up. He's gonna look back in a bit of like, what the hell, you know?
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna basically go for the spear as hard as I can. I'm kipping up, and I'm just bullet full force into Joshua Delaney.
I like it. That'll be a luck roll, -1. And it's a 7. You do hit him. You hit him with the spear. So nicely done. And exciting enough, that's 1 spot before the finish. So let's see who gets the last bit of momentum. That's an 8 and a 6. So lovely stuff. Cool. So the last bit of momentum then goes to you, Dave. Okay.
Cool. So this is the last spot for the finish.
Yep.
Okay. So what I want to do in the last spot after the spear is I basically want to go for a senton off the top rope.
Ooh, okay.
Something a bit different. But as I get up to the top rope, I kind of sit there before going for the senton. I put my legs down and I'm sitting on the top rope, just kind of looking at Delaney. My head's kind of dropped a bit. And I would imagine the commentators and people in the audience are like, well, he's just sitting there in that type of way. But after that, then when I look up, it's not basically Conor Locke's face.
Yeah.
He's just completely different. Mannerisms, looks, everything has just gone completely different.
Okay.
So after that, I feed Delaney up and I go for the looming tower off the top rope.
Right. Okay.
Well, the normal looming tower, which is
yeah. Okay. Interesting. So this is the last one before the finish. So did you want to spend any momentum to make this happen, or are you?
No, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it.
Okay. You have 8 momentum to spend. How much have you got?
I have 8 momentum.
Yes. So how much would you like to spend?
For this one, 4.
I'll split the difference. Okay. So +4 roll. Let's see if you can put Delaney away with this one. It's out of touch. It's 9 + 4. It's 13. So you're going for the pin from that, I would assume. So you go for the pin from that. A critical can only help Delaney here. A critical can only help Delaney here, he says. So close. So close.
Unlucky kid, unlucky.
1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this contest and still future wrestling national champion, Conor Locke. So the commentator's going, well, as I said, I'm not sure exactly what happened there at the end with Conor Locke, but you have to say whatever it was effective and very, very violent indeed. The looming tower, as we've seen, is a devastating maneuver, and Delaney falls victim to it again. It just goes to show you that there's a lot of sides to Conor Lock there, and whatever side we're seeing here at the moment very much is certainly proving to be very effective indeed right now. Dave, the floor is yours here.
So what happens after this is the whole arena goes black. And the red lights shine on the Tron.
Okay.
And give me 1 second. That flashes up on the screen. And the voice comes over and basically says, "Silver Fox, by our own rules." And then basically goes black again, lights come up, and Delaney's just alone in the ring.
Well, we've certainly seen this malevolent force before in future wrestling, and whatever it seems to be kind of linked to Conor Lock, and as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, he's taken a particular interest in Silver Fox and his championships. Obviously, Conor Lock has already achieved that goal, but it certainly seems to be more than that now. It's more of a case of giving this rematch to Silver Fox, but there must be clearly more to it than that. And we'll try and get confirmation that this match is going to be official for Last Stand 2, but it certainly is looking that way, that the national championship will be defended between Conor Lock and Silver Fox. But whatever little caveats are in play here between Conor Lock and this entity that rides alongside him, we'll have to wait and see. And indeed we will. So lovely stuff on that front. And you got your objective out of that as well, Conor Lock. So nicely done. So with that, then we cut back to commercial, and we are going to see Violet Storm warming up backstage because her match is next. And when she kind of turns around, she sees Alan Morph in the Violet Beavers gear. So, Kira, you muted just before you start your promo.
Oh, I
So
know.
yeah, whoever wants to take the lead, go for it.
Dom,
Morph.
how are you?
I'm fine. I'm ready for our match later. What about you?
Not particularly. Same.
Morph,
Been a couple of rough weeks.
No shit. Look, I've got Dekker in my sights. I'm not messing around with this. I am not losing a loser leaves town match. So you need to get your shit together, because I'm not going on a losing streak here. So what's up with you? Has Rob Midas got something to do with this?
Rob fucking Midas. Yes. Rob fucking Midas.
So what are you going to do?
Well, Midas may be having a little trouble of his own.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So when that happens, we transition very smoothly to Rob Midas going back into his office. Again, another black coffee in his hand, because again, it's actually quite stressful being here. And when you go into your office, you see that it's been changed a little bit. So those lovely pictures you had on the wall are all smashed up. There's like leaves and grass all over the floor. There's like, there's certain like kind of like you almost hear kind of like nature sounds, like crickets and all this sort of stuff in. And your desk is completely covered in foliage. Like it's like you're looking at it going like, what the fuck is going on here? Like the whole place has been trashed basically. There's like scratch marks on the walls. Looks like someone has completely torn the place up. So obviously, Jerry, that is not very pleasant for Rob Midas to see, you can imagine. So when you do kind of look at the desk, then you kind of brush away some of the leaves and so forth, and you then see a videotape lying on your desk. And saying, what the, like, no one uses cassettes nowadays. It's ridiculous, But just conveniently, the TV monitor that you had that was state of the art, has been replaced by an old TV set with a cassette player. So you put the cassette in and it plays.
Hi Midas. Hi Midas. This program today is brought to you by the question, what if? Can mean anything. What if Barry Bonds met Babe Ruth? What if Tyson met Ali? What if Alexander took the break and went upstate with Eliza and Angelica? But the biggest what if comes down to you, Midas, you. What if you had chosen me instead of Fox, Copper, or a Todd? See, I get why you chose him. You talk about gold this, gold that, but your tongue is so silver. That's why you chose Fox. And now, look at you. James Rage. James, by God, Rage. You talked him to live long and prosper. Now he's seated by your side as a partner. Imagine James Rage, the best, the most dangerous, and the crazy, unpredictable Alan Morph. Both fighting for your Sith Empire takeover. Now, Casey in point, no offense, but with me, it would have happened a lot sooner. See, way back then, back when Connor Locke was playing Ring a Rosie with Michaela Joyce. When, as Nathan Youngblood took them into the little John Cena pajamas, they're so cute, weren't they? Back when Cutter, God rest his soul, was an instrument of salvation. Or Fred Rose's bitch. Tomato. I fought for future wrestling. I fought for my friend, Midas. And now, as we approach Last Stand 2, I've nothing to lose. So I am challenging you. Get your gear. Come fight me. Let's clear the air. Okay, Midas, bye.
This little pissant. I'd already said that I was done wrestling. And then I come in to find the whole entire movie of Jumanji in my fucking office. Everything destroyed. My first fucking day on the job. Everything fucking destroyed. And now look at this bullshit. What fucking bullshit is this TV? What is this shit? You know what, Mo? You want me? You can have all of me. Me, you, Last Stand 2. I am going to break you in fucking half when I get my hands on you. When I get my hands on you, you are a dead fucking man. You're on the endangered species list. When I get you, you're done.
Beautiful.
And coach, can we please take Rob Midas' blood pressure, please? Make sure he's not bursting back up.
And that is 3 veins that Rob Midas has burst. That is his new personal record. He has been that angry since he's been looking for pictures of Spider-Man. So yeah, in that case then, Rob, give us a cheeky roll for your audience, or a promo rather. And that actually works out quite well because you get your audience from the promo and your match objective. So Rob Midas, you're top of the cards. Nicely done. See? There you go.
Now, I am going to have to dive out.
What was his match objective?
Okay.
His match objective was to accept Alan Morph's challenge.
Oh,
Easiest fucking match objective ever.
that's not fair. He teaches us
That was an
something.
apology for last week where you had to spell out a paragraph's worth of a match objective. So it was a surprise. It's a surprise. That was the point. Well, I wasn't. Seemed like I wasn't joking when I said the match card for Last Stand is really starting to take shape. It looks like not only do we have a title match already settled, but it seems like our executive producer Rob Midas is heading back into the ring as he's going up against Alan Morph. What an intriguing contest that promises to be. More on that as we get it in the next coming weeks. So with that, then we get the bell run for our next contest. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is a tag team match set for one fall.
One fall.
Hey. Introducing to the ring first, at a combined weight of 505 pounds, the team of the Dragon Slayer Kazero and Vladimir Kaiser, the Emperors. Well, it has been some time since we have seen Kazero and Kaiser here on Future Wrestling. There's very much been a tumultuous time for the Emperors, discussions between them, but it looks like they have at least mutually agreed to be on the same page tonight as they go up against perhaps one of the most prominent tag teams here on Future Wrestling. And of course, the Emperors being former tag team champions themselves, no slouches, but they're going to have to be on their A game as they go up against 2 former world champions. And with that then, we get the introductions. And at a combined weight, their opponents, weighing in at 441 pounds, the team of Violet Storm and Alan Morph, the Violet Beavers. So, Kira, talk us through, what is your entrance like this week?
Okay, on the spot now because Morphy's gone. Okay, so fuck, I should have asked more.
So I like to think that he's kind of properly selling the Violet Beaver stuff. He's doing kind of things as he would have done back in the day. Back in the day, fucking 2 months ago. Of course, he's in a good mood. He doesn't fucking over Rob Midas, so he's happy. But I think Violet, probably Violet's number I presume was a little bit more I don't know. God, it's horrifying. Focused is the word to use. Yes,
Hence.
perhaps not quite, not quite on the same level in terms of Alan Morph there, but still having fun in their own way. So, if whatever you want, so you want to throw in for the entrance there, to yourself.
So we're woken up about together, but kind of a case of just a fist bump and then down to the ring. Violet isn't doing any of the glad handling, so it's still laser focused on the ring and what's in front of her.
Yeah.
And so just talking to the ring, facing the odds.
Very good, very good. So this is a tag team match, so we are going to give 10 spots to this match. So I'm going to have Kazero starting off for the Emperors. Who would you like to start off with your match, Kira? For yourself or Alan Morph?
Me for now.
Very good. So I'll roll on behalf of the Emperors here. So let's give our opening roll. Let's see what happens.
Four.
Okay. Fair to say I've got the dibs on this one. So we're going to go for a lockup. quite simply. So Kazira's going to lock up basically with Violet Storm. Violet Storm kind of like try and kind of work her way through, kind of go for a kind of like a lock, a hold here around the abdomen. Kazira's basically going to reverse it and push her into ropes and get a kind of a roll from there. So kind of a victory roll set up. So it's a work roll. Let's see if it plays out, which is a -1 to Kaziro. And no. So you have a chance to reverse his roll-up attempt. So what would you like to do?
So roll through and go for a double stomp.
Double stomp. Okay. So that's going to be a reel on that. And you boosted your reel last week. So it's a straight roll.
Need it.
Unlucky. So you go with the double stomp and Kaiser will dodge essentially. So, but again, it's another thing where the velocity of it is like kind of like you really kind of stamp your feet onto the mat. It was like everyone goes, ooh, geez. It was like kind of a close call type deal. But I'm gonna have Kaziro stay in for this next spot. Do you want Violet to stay in for this one?
Yeah.
Grant. So let's go for our next roll then. So that's a 10, beats my 6. So Violet Storm has next roll on this one.
Okay, so both these lads are tall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, again, pretty much everybody is tall compared.
There's definitely a high disadvantage in this team. Fair to say.
Okay, so I need to cut them down a bit. So I'm gonna go for so we both fed up, run the rope, and go for drop toe into figure 4 if I can.
Figure 4. Okay, so that's it's a work roll +2. So that is a 9 altogether. So yeah, you are locked into figure 4. So obviously going for a tap out from there. So let's see if Kaziro can wriggle his way out of it. And he matches the 9. So he will spend some time in it, but then grab the rope and break the hold. So at this point, then he's kind of going like, fair enough. And he tags in the bigger man Kaiser at this point. So Kaiser's going to come in for this role. Do you want to stay in, or is Morphy wanting in?
No, I want Morph going to come in. Yeah.
Morph going to come in. Okay, yeah. So this role is going to go on Morph then, and we'll work on his stats as well. Then. So give us your rolls, and let's see what happens next. 10 beats my 7. So Alan Morph has this roll.
Okay.
So again, big height and weight disadvantage here for Alan Morph. He is going to be kicking those shins to no end.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but I'm also trying to remember, kind of go figure out which he would go with.
Yeah, I get you.
Because I know what I'd go with. But okay, so they both come in kind of at speed, run the ropes, and so kind of use the momentum against which one's coming in? Kaiser. Yeah. Kind of duck under, duck around, and go for a suplex kind of thing.
Okay, right.
I'm joking.
Yeah. No, that works, because if you roll it and then he can kind of just drop his hips and then like kind of use momentum and vault him over like that. That works, yeah. That'd be work roll for that. So it's a +1 for Alan Morph. And he hits it, successful. So momentum for Alan Morph there, and we go to our next spot. So again, Kaiser's gonna be staying in here for this one. I presume we're staying with Morphy for next with.
Yeah.
Excellent. So next roll also. That's an 11. Beats my 7. So Morph has got this under control.
Okay. Think. So
he's got Kaiser on the ground at least. So that's something for Alan Morph to work on.
So Alan's gotten up quicker than he has. I'd say Kaiser's getting up before he can get up fully. Go for a lung blower.
Lung blower, nice. Yeah, that works. That'll be a real roll, +1. And successful. Alan Morph hits it. So good bit of offense here for Alan Morph. So Kaiser's still in the ring for this next spot. So how about yourself?
Stick with Alan.
Grant. So next roll also. That is an 8, and Kaiser rolls 10. So, the light kind of reflected off it there. There you go. So yeah, so hit the lung blower on Kaiser. So Alan Morph is kind of keeping on the offense basically. So I'm going to try and he's kind of trying to wrangle for a submission hold, but I want Kaiser to basically power out and kind of just kind of lift Alan Morph on his kind of shoulders like that. So you're kind of bashing through that way and basically just kind of use a big power move on Alan Morph. So what I'd like him to do is to go for follow away slam. That's what I want to do. So it'll be a straight roll for Kaiser to see if that's possible. And he hits the follow away slam on Alan Morph. So he takes momentum from there. And we move on to the next spot. So Kaiser's going to tag out here for K0. So I suppose Alan Morph is not in a tagging position if you want to keep him in for this spot.
Yeah.
Keep him in. Grand. So let's give her next roll. So that is a 6. I also roll 6. Not bad. So next roll also and see if we get it from this one. That's a 7 and K0 rolls 6. So Alan Morph just gets it. But what would you like to do?
Okay. So K0 is coming in.
Yeah.
So go for a spear
from Alan Morph. Okay, that works. Yeah. So what I like to kind of to flesh it out, what I was going to do was I was going to feed him Alan Morph up for like a kind of big power move, so he can duck out, run the ropes, and spear. So that works out. So look roll would be a +1 on that.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Indeed. that's a momentum and audience for Alan Morph. Holy shit! So that's a spear, and like both fuckers are down there from that one. K0's going to stay in for this one. Is Alan Morph tagging in or out rather?
How many spots are left?
We've got 4 spots. So
okay, he's staying in for now.
For now, cool. In that case, let's give us the next rolls. That's a 7, and K0 rolls 12. So what he's going to do is then he's going to harness a little bit of the Japanese style. So what I'd like him to do is I'm going to go for a double momentum on this one, actually, just to clarify. So what K0 is going to be doing here, he is going to obviously the spear hits him pretty flush. I want kind of like Alan Morph to be kind of like rally with a few punches, open fist, of course. And he'll kind of rally up the crowd. He's going to feed K0 back up, and K0 is basically going to hit him with hopefully a Rainmaker, just completely out of the blue. So just grab a wrist and hit him with a Rainmaker like that. So that'll be a luck roll for K0 +1, because then with the theatrics involved. And he actually misses the Rainmaker. So Alan Morph has a chance to duck to avoid this. So what would Alan Morph like to do after avoiding the clothesline?
Would he be able to go into the Fiat Panda from there?
He could do. Well, he's got the wrist control, so if he breaks the wrist and goes for a panda from there, he could do, actually. Yeah, could do. So it'll be a straight roll because it's his finish, but he has 4 momentum. So if you wanted to devote something to it or keep it a straight roll. Oh, it's an 11. Okay, that answers that. So is he going for a pin from that?
Yeah.
All right, then. So I have to answer an 11. So it is get outable. And it is an 8. So it's 1, 2, and Kaiser breaks up the pin because K0 was not kicking out of that. So we have spots still left there. So it seems fair when you have someone fresh in the ring. So I'm going to give this next roll to Kaiser. So he's going to use his 5 seconds here to do a spot. So this either will go to either Alan Morph or Violet Storm, depending on which one you fancy.
Okay. Alan Morph.
Alan Morph. Okay, so Morph is going to be working here. So, right, so this is between Kaiser and Morph here. Let's see who wins the roll. Not me, anyway. So, and 6, 3. So Morph takes this roll. So he's on a roll here, Alan Morph. So what does he do next?
Okay, so with the 2 names, I keep getting confused which one is where.
Yes.
Which
So-
one did he hit with the Fiat Panda?
He hit Kazero.
To zero.
So-
So Kaiser broke the
So
pin.
Vladimir is the one coming in to break up the pin. So he's going to try and basically feed Alan Morph up, and that's perhaps the chance for Alan Morph to attack there.
Okay, so Alan goes for Vladimir.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Would he be able to go for Bulldog?
Good to go for a bulldog, yeah. So again, he could wriggle out of whatever he goes for. So yeah. So that works because like Kaiser could go for an electric chair drop, a few hits to his head, and then gets for a bulldog to reverse it. So that's a +1 look for that then. So to get Alan Morph through, and that's successful. So momentum for Alan Morph here. So we have 2 spots left then. So Kaiser's back out of play then, and it's back to Kazero for my role. So is Alan Morph staying in, or is Violet Storm tagging in?
Violet's tagging in.
Okay, so this is now back to Violet and Kazero for this roll. Let's see what happens next. And that's an 8, beats my 6. So this is Violet Storm's roll.
Okay. So I didn't think this through.
I've got nothing.
Very much. This having to figure out what Alan Morph would do is, no, that's completely thrown me. So I'm sorry, Casey.
Now you know what it's like to be Dave.
Morph is not wrestling the way he'd normally wrestle because I couldn't think of anything other than the Fiat Panda that he would normally do.
Yeah.
Everything else that he'd normally do, no, gone. Absolutely gone.
You're thinking his moveset is all different types of cars. He's trying to make sense of what those moves are.
Okay, so is it Vladimir that's in, or is
it's Kazero, so it's the
Kazero.
Japanese guy. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I want to go for standing drop kick.
Standing drop kick. Okay, so that will be a because your stats have changed, of course. So that's going to be a -2 for luck.
Oh shit! I forgot that.
Yeah. So let's see how this works.
No, it's not gonna go nowhere.
It's not. Okay. So so in that case then, so you're going to go for the drop kick. Kazero is going to obviously dodge it. So what he's going to do is he's going to run the ropes and go for a John Woo drop kick to reply. So he's going to basically stifle your hot tag for a +1 luck roll, which is successful. So he does that, and then we want to our penultimate spot then. So Kazero's staying in because Kaiser was taken out, so he's in for this last spot. Is Kazero is Violet staying in for this one as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant. So let's see what happens from this roll then. So Kazero goes for roll, and 10 and 6. So Violet has this roll. So hit with a John Woo dropkick. How does she reply?
Okay. So if he's coming towards her to like pick her up for the next whatever he's going to do next, I want to like grab his arm and bring him down into an armbar.
Nice. Okay. That's a work roll +2. Critical armbar. And an audience for Violet Storm. Okay. Interesting. Right. So you have Kazero in for the armbar in this point. So again, he'll go for that. Can he answer it? He cannot. So Kaiser will have to break up the armbar attempt here. And this is where we get our finish. So in terms of the Emperors, essentially it's going to be a very kind of like I wouldn't say a kind of goofy finish in a sense, but it'll be a case of break up the armbar, Alan Morph will tag himself in and look like he's going to try and beat Kazero with the Fiat Panda. But what happened was there's a blind tag, and Kaiser was actually the legal man all along. So Kazero gets hit with the Fiat Panda, Morph doesn't realize it, and he gets hit with the elevated powerbomb finish instead, and Alan Morph takes the pin. That's the Emperor's finish. But Violet, how would you like your match to finish?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep hold of the armbar.
Okay.
really torque it. And
Mhm.
if
So Vladimir's going to come in. Yeah.
thank you, because you're like, you can see I could have forgotten which one is which again. So Vladimir coming in, and Alan Morph intercepts the interception, and gets him into.
So his submission of choice is actually a bank statement.
Okay.
So that works. You
Wow.
know, so both of these are going for an arm submission and see who like taps first, basically.
Yeah, essentially, and tap him out.
Yep, that's grand. Okay.
Michael?
So in that case, then I'll do a momentum check. So Kazero and Kaiser both have 2 momentum. And Volestorm has 3.
Total?
So 4 total, yeah. And Volestorm has 3, and Alan Morph has 6.
Okay, grand.
So is a plus 5 in the difference here. So I'll roll with the plus 4 here. And I don't think you even need momentum now at this stage, Kira, to be honest. No, you don't. You actually beat it with the natural roll. So yeah, exactly. So you're going to keep the armbar on Kazero here. So even Kazero, like Kaiser tries to break up the pin, but you're holding on to the armbar. You're actually not letting go.
I'm
so
pulling as much as possible. Like,
yeah, even with the stomps, like. So at that point, Alan Morph then does come in, and basically, as I said, he tackles Kaiser from the right angle, gets him into a bank statement, and the 2 lads are in the middle of the ring. So the referee doesn't even know which one taps out first, but one of them does, and ring the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of this contest by submission, the team of Violet Storm and Alan Morph, the Violet Beavers.
On the Beavers.
Violet Beavers.
On the Beavers.
On the Beavers, right. So, Kira, talk us through your match finish here. What's happening in the afters?
so, not much in terms of Violet Storm anyway. The ref raises both of our hands, and she's pretty much just gives another fist bump to Alan Morph and gone. Doesn't even really acknowledge the Emperor's just gone.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yep.
And the commentators will kind of acknowledge it, going, well, like I said, as you've seen Violet Storm, there's kind of like this laser focus she has on I suppose getting this frustration out on Kyle Dekker, but then also getting that world championship back has really been incredible to see. That's 3 tap outs in 3 weeks for Violet Storm, and it really has been quite impressive in that sense. But it just shows you she's.
No, I think it cost me like 20 quid or something.
Hi, Dave.
Cost me like 20 quid or something.
Hi, Dave.
Apologies for the interruption.
And so with that then, so as Violet Storm is going to leave, then Alan Morph is kind of taking his leave here as well. As you're about to leave, we hear the music of Kyle Dekker. As he's been quiet this week, hasn't he? So was that a cow? Is Alan Morph finally been wrestling as a cow? Prophecy's true.
Drama. It's
So
the drama cow.
yeah, drama cow. Oh,
That guy's fucking shite.
with that little hoof of tea.
Yeah, got out.
Shove you. So obviously he's kind of like saying the ramp here, and kind of Violet Storm's almost angling for a fight, but he kind of holds his hand up and just kind of brings the microphone to his mouth and says, "Look, I'm not here for a fight. Just to be clear. Obviously I've been a bit quiet this week for obvious reasons, seeing that there's been a changeover here in Future Wrestling. Rob Midas, new executive producer, so general manager kind of means nothing really at the moment, but still, I'm not here to make any change. I'm not here to do anything in particular. I'm here to talk to you, Violet Storm. So I've done a lot of thinking over the last week about this match that we're going to have at Last Stand 2. This loser leaves town setup. It's in a different time, a lot of people would have seen me and you, 2 technically gifted wrestlers, fighting off in the ring for the first time as a dream match. In reality, it's a nightmare. isn't it? You lost your world title match in extraordinary circumstances. I'm getting pushed out of the promotion that I helped build. Neither of us want this match. Neither of us want to be forced into this position, but here we are. And for what it's worth, I don't want to be in this match. Probably any more than you do. You want to get the championship back. And the reality is you have to go through me to do it. But the opposite is true, isn't it? If I want to keep my promotion, if I want to keep this place afloat and make sure this cronyism that Rob Midas is going to absolutely instill, to stop that happening, I have to go through you. Truth be told, I'd rather not lose you in order to make that happen, but that's the situation we're in. I've had to make peace with that over the last 7 days. Thinking about, is there any way out of this? Is there any plan B? There is none. This is a dead end. And when I came to peace with that it was a case of me or you. It took some time to acknowledge that, to really let that sink in. But I have now. I respect you as a competitor, Violet Storm. And I even like you as a person. Maybe if all this stuff didn't happen, we could have been friends. But the truth is, it's not. The situation has completely gone out of control. And this is what we're left with. When it comes to this match at Last Stand 2, this isn't a fight, a match for pride. This is for survival. And when you need to survive, you need to do things you're not proud of, that you're not going to be happy about, but things you're going to have to live with. So Violet Storm, make no mistake, this is not the Kyle Dekker that's here for one match and send the crowd home happy. This is Kyle Dekker in survival mode. And that Kyle Dekker will do absolutely anything and everything he needs to do to win. It's not personal. There's no hard feelings, but I have to do this. Not because I want to, but because I need to. Whatever happens in that match, the future of this promotion hangs in the balance. Whoever wins that match could very well have to save this promotion from Rob Midas, Casey Colt, and whoever else he recruits in that time. Maybe it could be you. With no hard feelings, I'd rather it be me, because this is still my show, regardless of what that fraud in his office thinks. So in 2 weeks' time, Violet Storm, bring your A game, because I have to bring mine. And he drops the mic and he walks out. And there you go.
Very nice.
So with that then, we will cut the commercial and we come back for our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for one fall
Oh,
as your main event of the evening, and it is for the Future Wrestling Tag Team Championships. So with that then, the first team out are the Asylum Fight Club. So they make their entrance through. So we have the team of James Rage and Carlton Titus, and the commentators welcome us back going, folks, it has been a busy night of wrestling so far, and this is still the pinnacle of it. A second title defense here tonight on Future Wrestling. And if you missed it last week, you saw that this team that Midas has amassed has picked up a big win against the tag team champions, and now another member stepping into that in Carlton Titus, and they're hoping to do one better and become tag team champions. And at least we forget, ladies and gentlemen, James Rage is one of the few people who have yet to win a world championship of any kind here in Future Wrestling, and that has certainly been a bugbear of his, and perhaps the reason, if not the only reason, why he has aligned himself with Rob Midas. If he gets his monkey off his back, it should be intriguing to see how that goes for James Rage. But the only way to do that is to put away the current tag team champions. So with that then, we get the entrances of the Youngbloods out to Silver Fox's music. So Foxy, take it away. What's your entrance like?
So it's me and Michaela, isn't it?
It is Michaela Joyce, yeah.
So kind of the same thing that I did with Delaney. It's basically walk out onto the stage. I'm doing my signature pose, but before like as I'm doing it, I just kind of look and I'm like, there's nothing there. And as it like I'm not forgetting about it. It's like I'm down to one, but Kale is behind me doing a pose on the stageway as well.
Yeah.
And we make our way down, get into the ring and do one more pose as well. But like it's very obvious that I'm kind of like I'm still dwelling on the fact that I'm down a title.
You're down a title, yeah. Okay, interesting. So yeah, and the conflict of going that well. They do say sometimes that people who lose a limb feel a phantom pain, and I think Silver Fox is feeling the pain of losing that national championship. As we saw earlier on tonight, it does look like the rematch is set in stone for Last Stand 2, and it should be very intriguing to see how that match is going to go. But unfortunately, Silver Fox, again, his loyalties are at a crossroads at the moment, because he now has to defend the tag team championships against the Youngbloods. And unfortunately, if you look at the weight and the height difference between these two, you have to say the Youngbloods are at a severe disadvantage tonight. And could Silver Fox lose 2 titles in 2 weeks? You sincerely hope now he wouldn't, but it is entirely possible looking at the opposition in front of him. And indeed, that is the case. So we get the ring announcers doing the whole formal entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is for the Future Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 601 pounds, representing the Asylum Fight Camp and Rob Midas, the team of Carlton Titus and James Rage. And introducing their opponents. They are the reigning Future Wrestling Tag Team Champions at a combined weight of 401 pounds. The team of Silver Fox and Michaela Joyce, the Young Bloods. So there you have it. As I said, you hear from the weight difference, there is a stark difference between these teams. We have seen before that the Youngbloods can put up a serious fight, and it's always a case. It's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the dog's heart in this battle. And let's see if the Youngbloods have got what it takes to take down the Asylum Fight Camp. So with that then, lads, this is our main event of the evening. We have 11 spots in this match, and the Asylum Fight Camp is going to be starting off with Carlton Titus. So Silver Fox, who's starting off for your team?
Michaela,
right. So again, so they're gonna the size difference is quite obvious here. Titus is a big boy, so he's gonna be kind of scoffing at that. But let's see how the opening roll starts. So get it on. 8. Titus rolls 7. So Michaela Joyce gets the starts.
So obviously there's a clear height difference. So he's trying to grab her. She's gonna duck, kick his leg, do again, kick the leg, and kick the leg out of the leg.
Kick the leg out of the leg. I was about to say it, you son of a bitch.
Have to throw that in. But yeah, she's gonna start using her speed to her advantage, but also the fact that she's a lot shorter. So she's gonna be dodging his reach a good bit. So gonna try and chop him down.
Okay. I'm gonna just treat it as a work overall. So that's a straight roll on that.
Okay. Fucking thing.
It's a 10, is it?
Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
So the chop blocks are gonna work. So he's every stone is momentum down. Michaela's kind of ducking all the kind of big kind of like lines that he's trying to throw, but she is successfully trying to take him down. So I'll keep it Titus for this roll. Are we keeping with Joyce for this one?
Yes.
Grant. So next roll, so
9.
9. Also 9. Let's roll again.
9 again.
Titus rolls 8. So it's Michaela Joyce to roll.
So she's been trying to chop his legs. She's really going to utilize her speed. So while he's kind of stumbling, she's going to hit the rope, come back, big drop kick to the knee, try and get him down. When he gets down, she's gonna bounce off one more time, and she is going to do almost like a seated senton. Oh no, sorry, not seated senton. So as she manages to get him on his knee, she's actually going to run up and give a big. She's going to use his knee to step on, but use her leg to actually come down with an axe kick.
An axe kick, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm going to treat both of them as a luck roll, so +1.
Look, I know.
Yeah.
A.
Nicely done. So momentum for Michaela Joyce there, and Titus is in a spot of bother here, has to be said. So he's going to be staying in for this one, and we roll on to the next spot.
Yeah. 7.
I also roll 7. We go again.
9.
Snake eyes. So Michaela Joyce gets one more spot.
So scorpion kick, that kind of like puts his head down. Not enough to take him down completely, but like he's definitely dazed. So she's going to use this as a chance to go for a Shining Wizard.
Shining Wizard. Okay, so same again. Look, roll +1. That's more momentum for Michaela Joyce. So lovely stuff then. Yep, lovely stuff on that. So yeah, Titus is obviously kind of a bit dazed here, so he can't really go for a tag at the moment. Is Michaela Joyce staying in?
Yes, because she wants to do a double team.
Right then. So let's see if that works.
That sounds questionable.
Yes, let's not.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes. Titus rolls 11. So, so Michaela Joyce is kind of going for so I'm not going to go for the double team attempt there. What I am going to go ask her to do is go for a pinfall attempt. Okay. So what's going to happen is she's going to go to 1, 2, big power out from Titus. So Titus is going to feed back up then from there, and Michaela Joyce is going to go for a running kind of head of steam, and she's going to be hit by a colossal spine buster, which is a power roll for Titus at +2.
Damn.
And he actually needed that, to be fair. So yeah, so he hits the spine buster, and that brings that spot to an end, and he is going to tag in James Rage. So before he starts doing anything, he's going to look at Michaela Joyce and go, no. He's going to point at you. Because you guys have history.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm going to take the tag. I'm going to come in.
Yeah.
So it's basically, so what I'm going to do is take the tag, but I'm walking up slowly. So,
yeah.
Because we've been here before.
We have.
And I haven't forgotten.
No. So with that then, let's see how this roll goes. It's between James Rage and Silver Fox.
7.
7 beats Rage's 6. So Fox, you take the advantage here. What happens next?
Literally face to face. I'm just like, you know what? Like, we've been here before, but this time you used to be your own man. Now you're just Midas's bitch.
Oh,
gets him off.
Love it. Oh, he's shooting. And when you shoot, you get judged on your real roll in this game. So it's a -1. Let's see how that goes.
I should not have done that then.
No.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh, you bastard.
Oh, love it. So yeah, you get him. You get him with that. In fact, I like to think that you do get the whole
someone's in the background just ready for it. Just waiting with their finger on the button, just
that's it. But the crowd obviously the crowd has kind of gone silent, and you can hear it and they'll go, oh, that type of deal. So you get the reaction you wanted anyway. So lovely stuff on that. So let's see how this next roll goes.
8.
Rage also rolls 8.
7.
9.
Nice.
So James Rage, if Jamie was here, I'm sure he'd say the same thing. He'd have a lovely smile, a lovely laugh, and he'd headbutt you between the fucking eyes. So +1 real on that. And he headbutts you between the eyes. So, in fairness, he takes that stuff very, very seriously. So,
Yes,
it
he
makes
does.
sense. So, obviously, Rage is staying in for this one. Is Fox staying in for this one as well?
Yeah.
Very well. So, let's see what happens next.
8.
And 8 again. Let's re-roll. We've had a lot of draws in this match. It's weird.
I know, this is weird.
Yeah.
9.
9. 4 for James Rage. So, what happens next?
He's after love me right in the nose. Kind of takes me a step back, but as he's going for me, I'm just gonna rear back with a proper left right to the face. Like, he wants to shoot, we're gonna fucking shoot.
So shoot, okay. Right. So same again, Foxy. This is a real roll, -1.
Keep forgetting this shite. Fucking hell. There we go.
And you hit him. You hit him pretty flush with it. Like, so yeah, he kind of was like, oh, wasn't expecting that, but fair enough. So yeah, he's a bit on the back foot from that one. So you catch him good with the left, and we move on to our next spot from there. Rage is definitely staying in for this one. Are you staying in as Fox?
Yeah, I'm staying in.
All right then. So let's see what happens next. That's a 9. Rage rolls 8. You're still in control, Fox.
So I'm after rearing back, hitting with a big left right to the fucking face. Let's stumble him back. And now is when we actually the pace starts to pick up. So that's when he stumbled back towards the ropes. I'm going to use my momentum, whip him. I'm going to go into the whip. He's going to try and reverse. So whip, switch. I hit the rope. I go to spring moonsault. He ducks under. As he comes back, he's going to swing a line. I'm going to duck. As he rebounds, I'm going to fucking jump with a Pele kick.
Pele kick, right. So all of that is a luck roll, which is
it's
+1.
a big sequence, yes.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, you hit him. You hit him pretty flush. So, he's not particularly happy about that. So, so when he gets hit with the Pele kick, he's down and he does that to Carlton Titus. So Carlton Titus is going to run in here and take this spot for him. Use up his tag here. So, are you keeping with Fox for this roll then, or are you going to give it to Michaela Joyce?
I'll give it to Michaela. I'll actually tag her right after this.
Okay, right. Yeah. Interesting.
Because he's after him, Rage, he can stumble back, he's waving to him, but it's tag. He gets in, but I realized that Carlton is coming in, it's tag. 2 of us are in the ring still.
Okay, right. Yeah, so you have a chance to double team then in that case. So
yes.
Okay, that works out then. Yeah, so Titus is going to charge in, and it's basically a double spot between you two. So let's see how that goes.
Ten.
That's a 10. 3. So the double team is going to be successful here.
So made the tag. Michaela comes in. Carlton's going to try and run to knock both of us down. We both duck. He hits double hip toss.
Yeah.
And both of us hit either side of the ropes, and we're going to come in with a double drop kick to the head.
Double drop kick, right. So that works out quite well because that's both a luck roll. So 2 luck rolls, Foxy, for that. So +1s on each.
Jesus.
Yeah. This is the double jeopardy of double team moves.
7 for this one.
Good. So that one will take as Michaela Joyce's, and then for Silver Fox to complete it.
8.
Beautiful. You both get momentum out of it. Nicely done. So momentum for that, and momentum for Michaela Joyce, and we move on to our second last spot, exciting enough. So James Rage is still the legal man here, but because it was the rush in from Titus. So both of you got him from there. Rage is still the legal man.
Okay.
So he's going to come back in here, and then Michaela Joyce is the legal person. So I'm presuming you're staying in with her.
Yes.
Grand. Okay, doke. So let's see what happens here.
4.
9.
Hmm.
So what's going to happen here is that Rage is going to take this opportunity while you worked over Titus. So he's going to hopefully hurl you out of that. And he is going to spend his momentum, which is not much to be fair, but he's going to use a +2 on a rage hammer on Michaela Joyce. So he's going for it. He's taking the opportunity. This is a +2 roll to see if this works. So it's a 8 altogether. So 8 to beat on that roll.
Fuck. Tied.
Okay, so it's a 1, it's a 2, and it is a pull out of the referee by Silver Fox. Okay, so referee's out of play because again it was a bit of a desperation move by Silver Fox. So he's going like, oh shit, whatever it is, and this is where it all kind of gets into a bit of a melee. So Fox rolls in, Titus rolls in. There's a bit of a scramble. Obviously the referee is kind of like out of play momentarily, so he's going like, well, what the fuck's going on, you know? So he's trying to get control of the match basically, and essentially the referee then takes another tumble from Rage. Actually, this time he whips. He's whipped into the referee's kind of position, so he takes a tumble from that point, and referee's out there. So it was a big kind of brawl between the 4, between Fox and Titus, and then Rage and Michaela Joyce. So Joyce falls obviously because Rage is the bigger man. And then Titus will eventually kind of so Fox is kind of working over Titus, so Titus gets drop kicked out of the ring. It's between Fox and James Rage. So at this point, James Rage gets behind Silver Fox and locks him into the guillotine. So he leans back and so forth and wrenches in. So it's looking like, you know, like whatever is going to happen is going to play out. The referee's coming back into the ring, sees the submission, looks like it's going to happen. And then Cutter's music hits. So Cutter's music hits. James Rage immediately with like, let's go with the guillotine. Or where the fuck is he? He's pointing towards it. He's looking towards the Tron going, come on out. He's not coming out. There's no one around. So he's looking around the audience, looking where he is. So it comes out. He's nowhere to be found. The music is still playing. So he looks back towards the Titantron. And now from under the ring, burst through the canvas is Cutter. So he fucking like literally like burst out of the canvas like fucking
Paul White is the fucking thing.
Paul White's the fucking ring. So he just like and like he's like got a proper fucking gurney face on. He's fucking livid. So the crowd pop. Rage doesn't really notice it until he hears the fucking tear, and then immediately the two start fucking brawling around the ring. So it's all hell's break loose between the two of them. The two are leathering each other, no problem. The match is obviously a no contest from that point on. And they both just start hitting each other with fucking like with clothesline and punches. Eventually Cutter, being the fresher man, hits Rage over the stairs and looks like it's kind of all from there. Titus then tries to get in on the action and Titus gets a black hole slam for his trouble and Cutter's reigning supreme. It's at this point then that Rob Midas comes out and basically says, no, get out of here, you're not supposed to be here, whatever his stuff is. So he's all stressed out basically from this point on. So security is separating James Rage and Cutter. Midas is barking out orders, trying to get him out of the ring. And that's when Kyle Dekker's music hits. So he's up at the ramp going, you know, I was out here earlier on and I said I was having a quiet night. Sorry, Rob, that wasn't exactly true. Because you're not the only person around here that can circumvent and get to the network nice and early with a match. Especially when you have the right sales pitch, as you said to me one time. So, with that in mind, let's get the people what they want, shall we, Rob? They want to see two heavyweights smash the living daylights out of each other. So let's do it a last stand 2. It's made official, Rob. There's nothing you can do about it. James Rage is going to be taking on Cutter at last stand 2. But that's not enough, is it? We're not going to be able to contain these two in just one arena, are we? No. Because we're going to have to do something different, aren't we? We're going to have to do something that's never been done before in future wrestling to contain these two. There's a certain match in the Parthenon of pro wrestling, a very particular match for when two individuals hate each other so much they're willing to put each other through hell in order to end this. So Rob, James, Cutter, at Last Stand 2, James Rage and Cutter will be hell in a cell to a big fucking pop. And the commentators go, well, they always said he need an ace up the sleeve, and that is certainly it. Hell in a Cell is coming to Future Wrestling, and it's James Rage and Cutter who will be inside that structure. If you need a reason to watch Last Stand 2, that is exactly it. Two of the most dominating performers on this roster are now going to be locked inside that structure, and only one is going to be walking out. We're going to have to end the show here, folks. It's chaotic scenes here at ringside, but we'll see you next week for Future Wrestling. What on earth is going to happen next for this pay-per-view? We'll see you next time. Doors open.
Working late again, I see.
I don't remember a time when I wasn't. Best shut the door if you're here to talk business.
A wise choice. So, you've been a busy man, Mr. Dekker.
Can you blame me? You and your people have been moving pretty fast.
Yes, that can't be avoided now. May I sit down?
You insist on staying?
We do have a lot to discuss, and I suspect not an awful lot of time.
Well, go ahead and say it then if it's that important.
Would I be right in saying that this is the provisional match card for Last Stand 2?
Provisional one, yeah. Except for the match that's already announced.
Ah, yes, of course. Well played, Mr. Dekker. It was a very good and well-timed idea. You must have played chess when you were younger.
You saw what my childhood was like. You'd know chess was far too optimistic game to be involved in.
I'm sure. But you've done well either way. And you're still doing well now.
Is this your way of managing me after taking my show off me?
We still want you involved, Adam. You know this. In fact, I come bearing a very significant gift.
Bribe, is it? Thanks. But I'm already well paid.
Please, just read it.
Later, I've got some writing to do.
Very well. I will. This is addressed from Charles Vincent of the VCR Network to Adam Foster, Operating Manager of Future Wrestling and the members of the Future Wrestling Creative Committee. Gentlemen, as you may have noted from the minutes of the latest Vincent Carson Rose Network Management Review of this quarter, it has been an unparalleled year of financial and brand success for the network, and our market analysis has assessed various reasons for this profit and how it has led to an upsurge in ratings, sponsors, and viewership share over the last several quarters. One such project has been Future Wrestling, which has both attracted a new demographic to a traditionally middle-aged audience, and with its unique ability to garner sponsorships, ticket sales, and other sources of income, Future Wrestling has become a valuable asset to the network. We also compliment Future Wrestling for safeguarding its prospects with the installation of a new corporate structure in line with the network's internal policies, further affirming the strong corporate bond the two companies now share. It's with this that I personally grant the renewal of Future Wrestling for a third season. However, it will be delayed until Q3 of next year. This is to allow for an extension of this current season by 2 months, with an automatic contract extension available for all talents willing to continue their current deals for this time period. The Board of Directors of Vincent Carson Rose would like to extend its thanks and congratulations to Fred Rose, Robert Midas, and Adam Foster for their outstanding work this past year, along with the members of the staff at Future Wrestling, from production staff to the performers. Kind regards, Charles Vincent.
I guess that's my reward for being a good boy, eh? Christmas really has come early.
It has. It shall certainly make you a popular man when you announce this to the roster.
Oh, really? I thought you'd be taking the glory here.
Not at all. You're still in charge, lest we forget.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Do you seriously think your little gambit is going to satisfy us?
Of course it is. It suits us both, doesn't it?
I suppose it does. But as you know, with these things, timing is very important. You should know that I am on official business here too. I was to give you this letter and then negotiate for a few things off you.
Negotiate? Do you even follow your own plans anymore?
These things are fluid, Adam. You know this. In any case, we figured that with the season extension, there's some significant budget available to acquire some more talent.
Cyrus. You want me to rehire Cyrus?
And not just Cyrus. Wayne as well.
No. No, that's a step too far.
But this is necessary.
No, it is not. None of any of this is. We're both strong-arming ourselves into something neither of us want.
Adam, this isn't about us. We're trying to preserve what we have here. And to do that, yes, we're going to have to do things that neither of us are comfortable with. The end result of all of this is ensuring that future wrestling is something that stands proud and as a sign of progress for the industry. No more bad apples soiling barrels. But you know all that this as well as I do. That you're a marked man. You cannot stay in this position forever.
Oh, please. If I'm a dead man, then what the fuck are you?
I am many things, but what I am is the person to make sure this show continues and doesn't sink with your ship. We agreed that your reputation can be sacrificed for the greater good.
Oh yeah, that we did. But this needs to be done my way. We still haven't decided on what happens to Kylie.
Wayne is the one to be punished. He's the instigator.
I only have your word on that. And do you have any idea how many people have asked me questions about that finish? And what about Annie? Do you not think it's wrong that she was taken advantage of?
I know. That was unfortunate. And Annie Monroe has my sympathies. But we need to be patient. What are your intentions for Casey this month?
None. She's off the card for next month.
That is not going to go down well.
Don't care. Change the card as much as you want, but she's not getting top billing. Not until she starts behaving, her and her scumbag boyfriend.
Understood. But may I offer some food for thought?
If you insist.
Kylie is a follower, not a leader. My heart breaks for her that she's being used this way, but I cannot intervene, not now. But I think she can be saved. Salvaged from this terrible situation.
Oh. I wasn't aware you were trying to save anyone.
Are we not? Is this not the reason for all this?
It is, but I hate the way we're doing it.
The ends will justify the means, Adam. You simply must accept this is the way you are going.
You and that fucking idiot.
It hurts not being in control, I know. But it's all part of the process. And in time, I will oversee this promotion, and you will be back in the locker room. The best of both worlds.
All part of the plan, eh?
Indeed. And it's very important you play your role, especially now. So make the deals happen and we won't have any issues. I hope you don't stay too long here, Adam. And I do hope you have a lovely Christmas.
Same to you, Midas.